She said, looking at me for, she been looking at big road.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? Damn, son, where'd you find this? Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Shout out to Young Brent. Wait, do you guys know your love languages though?
I feel like I've done it before. Let me see. I could maybe tell you. I've never actually done like a test in a while, and I don't remember for sure.
Because we were kind of talking about that right before, and you guys were like hinting on all of them. So like, there's 5 general love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, gifts, and physical touch. But like, it's important because each person, each partner has a different love language. So like, basically it's how people like to be loved. And it's, some people need words of affirmation. They need like assurance. They need to know like, I still matter. Some people enjoy more quality time. So this might be the person who will just need to be with you. Maybe they don't text back, maybe, you know, they don't answer calls, but when they're with you, it's like the best time. You guys don't even have to be talking, but like, their love language is that quality time. Acts of service is more like doing things for you. Here's breakfast, in bed type things. They like those acts of doing things. Gifts, pretty straightforward. And then physical touch. You ever just been chilling with a girl and they just like have to put their leg on you or like things like that. And there's like an actual quiz you can take too, but I always forget mine. So but just reading back over, I would say mine are definitely quality time, and acts of service, maybe.
I think same. I'd probably throw in physical touch too, though. Like I'm not like so much like I need it, but I definitely like when it's us and we're chilling. Like
When it's there, it's
yeah.
there. No, that's a good way to explain it, because it's not something that I actually, no, I do kind of yearn for it sometimes when I don't have it, but it's not something that is like needed. Like I'm not, you know, when you're walking and somebody just has to hold your hand. Like I'm not really that person. I don't have to have a hug.
When we're in our space and our alone time.
Okay.
Yeah, like with us, or like even if, like I don't need to be like so public, I guess, about it. Yeah.
But when it's there, it's like, okay, this feels good.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm definitely words of affirmation and acts of service.
Okay.
Definitely. All the other ones, physical touch.
Maybe.
If you want to touch me, you can touch me. I could touch you back, but
It's like, I get it.
like I don't have to touch you all day long. You don't have to touch me all day long. Like I get it. We know what we are. Words of affirmation. Just let me
that
know.
could be even deeper though, like more physical, like sexually wise. Like it could be a lot of different things. I'm saying, like
I get,
physical
I
touch.
get down physical.
Well, it says,
That's the touch we're talking about. Yeah, bring it on.
it says basically making intimacy a thoughtful priority. But intimacy doesn't also always have to be sex.
Like I'd rather you send me a note like have a wonderful day, or I remember you talking about this, blah blah. Hope you handled that well today, or when I get home, the bed is made. My clothes for the next day. I don't even gotta think about that. I got a meal ready for me. Like acts of service.
It's dope. You don't even have to like do the quiz. You kind of just already know yourself introspectively.
The one that I would say kind of all of them for me, but the one that's the least is receiving gifts. I don't really like. That's not something for me. Yeah.
Right.
Person.
I don't really care about that.
What's crazy is I'd probably say I like to think I'm more of like a giver than I'm like. I like to give gifts. So I don't really care if I get something, if that makes sense.
That's very
I don't really like to give gifts because I'm like, damn, what if they don't like it?
You think you're a bad gift giver?
Exactly.
That's
I'm
a
like,
good thing.
But then people be like, oh, it's just that the thought that counts. I'm like, well, why am I even buying
It says
this?
gifts and gestures. So like when I don't know, I think like even when I like to cook, right? So to me, I look like as a gift or a gesture. Like I like doing that, and like I like getting people's reaction out of that too. I mean, I guess that's kind of selfishly me liking it because I like people's reaction, but I like doing that.
Yeah, that's dope. I encourage y'all all to take the quiz to actually know. And I think once you actually do know your love languages, it does actually help in a relationship long term. So that's dope. We were kind of talking about that off in pre-production.
I'll probably take the quiz, but I was basing mine off experience. You know, I've been around.
Yeah, no,
I've been in a lot of relationships. I'm pretty seasoned.
Yeah, let's say
I know what I want.
you a seasoned vet. You
been through a lot of turmoils. Like,
You
But
chasing
nah,
Terry out here. You a seasoned vet, but you still was getting buckets. Terry was still getting buckets.
Definitely getting
Hey,
buckets.
he got a ring.
Exactly.
Yes, but they dumped me after the ring though.
Hey, he's a coach now though. He's on his way.
No, but yeah,
No, but I'll send it out in the text, and we should all just do ours and report back.
for sure.
Because I think it's 3. I think they give you like a top 3. But episode 44, Everything Under the Sky. Thanks for joining for another week, your favorite weekly talk show. We only got like, one more episode before we go on our hiatus.
One more.
Maybe 2, but yeah, 1.
We gotta start thinking about our yearly wrap-up stuff.
Yeah, we got some homework to do.
I was
Exactly.
thinking about that earlier today. I started looking up like events and random stuff that
Okay,
happened in
good. I'm glad you
2021.
thinking, because I was thinking about how we're gonna structure it and things like that. But I'm just thinking like top moments, wow moments, anything like that. Of course, music. Shout out to some of the champions. Like I don't even remember who won earlier this year.
On the Bucks.
Oh yeah, Tampa, and then basketball was Milwaukee. That was
Both the
all-
Bucks. When you said Bucks, I was thought
You
said,
thought you were talking
yeah,
Milwaukee?
yeah. I was like, oh, that's the Bucks.
Just revisiting some of the moments.
That's
and
crazy.
then,
Both the Bucks won.
Apple iTunes or Spotify too. I seen was doing the rap, but it makes it easy. They give you like your top artists and show you the top albums and stuff. And I was just reliving like J. Cole was in my top 5, and I'm like, I remember when that dropped. I was definitely bumping it a lot. Her was up there in mine. I was like, that's good because I swore by that album, and I'm good to see I was actually supporting. Whatever else y'all want to talk about before we get out for the year at hiatus.
Yeah, I feel like we should do sports, like media overall, like current events, and then we should do also music.
For sure.
That's what I would say. This is our first time.
For sure. But how have you guys been? It's the first week of December. Happy December. Merry December.
That's crazy you say that. Like we literally only have 1 month left in 2021.
I have the best idea for a New Year's party. I just don't know where it would be. And I think it's too late to announce it now, so I might save it for next year.
I don't think it's too late because you don't
But-
want it to be too big anyways.
True. I also just don't have any idea of like where, any location.
That's the dilemma.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah, the
like,
place and the time and everything. We could announce that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Realistically, I don't know if it's gonna happen. Oh, maybe though. Oh, actually, I just had an idea, so we'll get back to us.
And that's what this
But I have a great idea for a New Year's party. We should
I
do
miss
something for New
Jamaica
Year's.
Street.
Dude.
just bombarded.
I know.
take over for
Look,
a night.
I drove by the other day.
Nobody's there.
There'd be somebody in the parking, but it looked like it's like a electrical truck or like it's always like a service car. So I'm like, is that just somebody who works there or what? I wasn't sure. And I seen like you know how they have the heated things for outside, like the metal and it's like propane and you can light it up, but it's like the big one. I seen one of those in the backyard, and I still almost just got out the car just to like what are they gonna say? I'm like, yeah, sorry man, I just used to live here.
So they're really like renovating it and stuff.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if somebody's moved in or.
Because it sounds like I'm like an electrician. I wonder if they're putting like central air in it. And
Hopefully.
because they needed it.
It was an older house.
Yeah.
How have you guys been though, man?
I mean, well, we had Thanksgiving, Indigenous Day, however you want to phrase that holiday. But yeah, we had that. So I obviously had dinner with the family.
Yeah, you guys ate a lot. Ate a lot of. I know you didn't eat any turkey.
No.
I didn't fry it. I was there while it was frying, so I kind of contributed. But
Nah, I definitely cooked.
some fried turkey, bro, it was so fire.
Damn, that
It was
sounds.
so
I like fried
fire.
turkeys.
Oh my.
What did
goodness.
did they season it
Of
at all?
course,
Okay,
and-
it's Cajun.
And
Injected.
injection,
Yeah.
all the typical, bro. I seen something on Twitter. They were like, they just gave the turkey
They
a
injected.
BBL,
Yeah.
but it was bomb though. I had a good.
Oh, that's what y'all eating?
Well, they injected with juices,
Yeah, it's like seasonings and
Yeah.
yeah, sauce.
Cajun and smoked. And,
It's not like I never ate.
See, we brined ours, so we like got water, saw all of our seasonings, herbs, let it sit for overnight, and then the next morning we cooked it. But honestly, it was all fire. I definitely ate a lot. And then we took all the old turkey and made some turkey soup out of it, and that shit was fire too.
That's a good idea. We didn't have no leftovers. We had a couple cousins and family to come from out of town, so it was a pretty big Thanksgiving. So we had I mean, I had a plate, don't get me wrong, but usually we have like,
Tons.
yeah,
Yeah.
turkey sandwiches, ham sandwiches. I did get my mac and cheese though. I was looking forward to that, and I got my fair share. I was happy about that.
I kind of had two because of my girl Dawn.
Yeah, 2 to go to.
Yeah. So and
That's
then
side. I'd be
I
jealous.
miss
Yeah.
it, bro. I used to have like 3
I'd be jealous. I'm like,
I used to
Not
have
3 girlfriends, my bad.
nah,
3 families to hit.
same. I used to have at least 2 families for sure because my parents are divorced. But yeah, no, I definitely. And then her family sent me home with a ton of leftovers, and I was like, dang, I already have a ton of leftovers. But it was cool. And then also, I mean, my mom was super happy. You know her; she's kind of like an emotional being.
Yeah, just
And
happy to be around.
Yeah, she was happy because I went and picked up my brother so he could finally come to a Thanksgiving for the
been a
first
while.
time in a while. And so yeah, she was super
I
happy.
was like, I got my boys together.
yeah, you already know she was all happy, bro.
It's been so long. You guys are just growing up, and I'm so proud. I could just hear it now.
Yeah, she was all happy.
That's what's up. Any plans for December? I want to see that Spider-Man. I keep saying it. Spider-Man is literally my favorite superhero.
For sure, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's my favorite
I'm going to the
superhero, bro.
theaters. Probably by myself.
We're trying to rent out a theater.
Calm me
Nah, I'm
down.
gonna go with
It's
someone.
TBD, but I think we're gonna rent out a theater.
Calm down.
No, you should.
My own,
We could definitely
my
get
own
a
seat by
Yeah,
myself.
yeah.
It's like-
We don't make you fools pay this time though, for sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Go for Yana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we want to because why not? That's so dope that way.
Mhm. And it was cool just to have us.
Yeah.
We were smoking.
Easy, toppers. We weren't doing anything.
Hey,
We were scoping, yeah, we were scoping the movie.
But it's dope to be alone for sure. We could do some things in there if we wanted to because no one came in there at all.
nah.
We could bring our own
Lick.
chicken and food and just have a whole potluck in there.
We probably could, bro. Ain't no one questioning.
Let's get this thing going though. First off, let's RIP to Virgil. It seems like we have to say RIP to somebody new every freaking week, but this one was big. Virgil, for people who don't know, Virgil Abloh. He was a mentee to Kanye starting off, and then he found his own wings, started his own brand, ended up turning that into Off-White, and then he got picked up by Louis Vuitton as I forgot what his exact position was, but he had a high level at Louis Vuitton, and he passed away at 41 due to cancer. It was big because nobody knew that he had cancer, so it kind of took the word as a shock. And looking at people's Instagram posts and like people that knew him, it didn't look like they knew either. Like a lot of the artists and people like that. I seen somebody say like, it makes sense now. Like you were just the nicest, sweetest human being to work with, and you were always like shedding positivity and stuff. But definitely shout out to Virgil, rest in peace. Sending healing energy to his family and loved ones. And I know his legacy will continue on. Because for one, that Off-White stuff is huge in the culture. So
Well, yeah, and it's with other companies too, like Nike.
Yeah.
It's all over. So
that was the dope thing with the Louis Vuitton deal, is he was still able to keep his Off-White signature and still able to like, he's done things from, he designed the dress Kid Cudi wore on SNL. He designed Serena Williams' sports suit with Nike. He's done the Jordans collab, let alone those is $1,000.
yeah.
So he's definitely been a huge mogul, huge figure in the black community. So rest in peace to Virgil. I think recently Louis Vuitton threw like a going away party for him also. It looked like there was a lot of people in the attendance. It says Kim Kardashian, Kanye, of course, Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, Quavo, Pharrell is here. They were showing some of the outfits, and you know people gonna joke. I wish they showed Offset. Did you see any of these outfits?
I've seen a lot of them, but I didn't see Offset.
They showed Offset, Quavo, and Kid Cudi.
In one picture?
Yeah, and it was definitely like a whirlwind
Of styles.
of styles. For sure. Actually, I think it was this page right I was feeling the Kid Cudi though. I'm not gonna lie. His sweater was dope, but it was kind of crazy. They said, "Are you guys feeling any of these?"
Yo, I was saying, that's why you brought it up.
Wow.
It was a wild photo. I don't know. So I'm like, here,
What kind of
right?
hat are those called?
The top hat.
The top hat, I like that. That's
You look like
so
Willy Wonka.
He does look like Willy Wonka. Oh shit.
But it was dope to see everybody get together and give him his last hurrah, give him his flowers. And it's crazy because Virgil messed with everybody from Griselda to Drake to the Young Boys, Gunna, Playboi Carti, Tyler, like you name it, everybody was touching and got advice from Virgil. So rest in peace, Virgil. Speaking of Rihanna though,
She's pregnant?
I heard she was pregnant. I'm not gonna believe it till I see that
She looked
belly
little-
or
she looked
that
little-
baby.
She looked a little full in the face.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lamb. I'm not
She
gonna believe-
grown, man. She just couldn't. It was Thanksgiving. She just.
And she's in a relationship.
She just a little bloated. Yeah, it's been cold. She got that. She ain't dropping no music. She definitely got that relationship weight on her.
That's all it is.
I'm hoping.
Why is
Nah.
this the picture?
No, I
Is this
wouldn't be
why?
mad if they had a baby.
Nah, yeah, it's absolutely cool.
Yeah.
I like their relationship. They look good together. And it's been like 3 years now, like 2-3
Yeah,
years.
it's pretty, baby. Pretty boy Flocka. Rihanna. This is meant to be a pretty baby, right?
Low key, I get it. I get it.
I mean, look at these pictures though.
Rihanna for sure.
No,
Barbados
she looked pretty.
recently has become a republic after the island cut ties with the UK. Did you guys see that? Like recently they were under British rule, and the Queen recently they cut ties. It says Rihanna was in attendance, and it said the first thing that the country did was name Rihanna as its national hero.
Wow.
That's a great first move as a
Yeah.
country. Shout out to Rihanna.
Well, and also, I bet you it's because she's probably helped support them so much financially to build economies, to help build infrastructure within that
She's
country.
probably like the LeBron James of like Barbados. Like what he does for the economy of Ohio is
Exactly.
exactly what she does for Barbados. The only difference is Barbados is not a part of the U.S. It's like an independent
Is
territory.
it its own country now? Is that what it would be then?
It's a republic. I don't
Oh,
know.
a republic.
Yeah, I don't know what that means though. Like, so are they independent then? I don't know. I don't really know. What
I
that
don't know.
means.
That's a good question. You know?
You know, he become with the random facts.
I was gonna ask y'all, what about DR? Who on DR?
That's a U.S. territory.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. I know Dominican
I know.
Republic.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know Puerto Rico.
I was
Is
gonna say Puerto Rico, Guam.
is.
There's a few, but like, they were just under British rule. So now that they're a republic,
So
I,
is
don't,
it a UK territory?
I don't know.
Like territory meaning they protect it.
Right, like they're allies basically.
Yeah.
Right, like not necessarily control it, but we protect you guys. So I think that's what it is.
But these are her pictures from the recognition. And
Like today,
always looking good.
or November 30th.
She's always looking good.
I mean, she don't look pregnant there. I mean, she look big though. Sheesh.
She does not look big.
I don't know, man. She kind of look like she. I mean, I don't know.
First of all, it's a baggy dress. Did she do that on purpose?
Why is she holding her stomach and everything? Like,
I was like,
alright, let's look. Let's look through it.
Why that look like Stacey Abrams?
She was thick though. Dang.
Yeah, she grown.
she still looks bad.
Yeah, she definitely got grown.
So,
She not 21 no more.
I mean, she's old. I know that.
She probably out of par on our age. I was thinking around 30.
No, she
29.
not older than
no,
us.
that's right.
She like 40. Bro.
No.
She like 35.
Because Playboy or ASAP is probably like 31.
ASAP young. I think she's older than ASAP. I could be wrong though.
Oh, she's 33.
33.
Okay.
What about ASAP Rocky? I think he's like
He's
y'all's
like
age.
19. It's like he's like 23.
I think he's 30.
33.
ASAP Rocky's 33.
Damn, they're the same age.
For real. Perfect couple. Recently, Complex released their list of their best rappers in their 20s right now. Did this make it to you guys'
I did see
timeline at all?
this, yeah.
What? So,
I did see this.
first of all, Complex, huge media outlet. I mean, they're kind of washed, but shout out Complex. Number 1, Lil Baby. It's pretty easy go to. Number 2, Lil Durk.
Damn.
Lil Baby's 26, Lil Durk's 29.
They got Lil Durk over 21.
21 Savage at number 3. I mean, he's dope, but damn, that fool's killing everybody. Lil Uzi, number 4 at 26. Jack Harlow's only 23. NBA Youngboy, 22. There's been a lot of NBA Youngboy stuff surfacing lately because he's out of jail. Doja Cat, she's only 26. Polo G, Baby Keem, number 9, and then Vince Staples at number 10. They have the top 20 though. So Cardi B's at number 11 she's 29. Roddy Ricch is number 12. Don Toliver, Gunna, ESTG at 27 years old. Pooh Shiesty's 22 years old. G Herbo's 26. Meg Thee Stallion is 26 years old. Playboy Cardi is 19 on the list at 25 years old. And then 42 Doug, and he's 26.
I really want to know what their criteria was.
Me too. But
Meg should be number 15 after Gunna. Before ESTG,
Well,
Pooh Shiesty,
definitely
and Herbo.
higher than ESTG and Don Toliver. Higher than a lot of these foods. But I mean, it's a good 20 list. Like, I think these are probably the top 20.
For sure.
I don't know who's really missing, but
But-
the order might be a little scrambled.
Because I was thinking on like a more mainstream popularity scale, I would have thought Doja Cat and Cardi B would be higher, to be quite honest.
And Meg too.
And Meg, yeah. Like,
But you know, that's complex.
but that's what I'm saying. Best rappers, or are they really going based off like?
They be
straight-
trying to be like
like-
backpacking sometimes,
Okay,
but they're
okay.
still like super like media washed. So like it just depends who. They have different authors like within it, so it just depends.
Because
on
I'm
who-
really shocked Baby Keem is that high.
Yeah, yeah.
Considering like how new, so to say, he is to more of the mainstream.
And he's 21.
Yeah.
Like over Cardi B and Roddy Ricch.
All these people have been around for a while.
Playboy Cardi?
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Exactly.
They're probably basing it off their features.
I mean, I like Baby Keem. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, we talked about his Grammy nominations last episode, so.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody that is left off to you guys though that should be on here? I can't think of nobody. Oh, somebody said no Kodak.
He could
I mean, he's arguably, he could
He
be.
can't rap.
Over 42.
42 Doug's there. I'm like,
ESTG.
42 is dead, bro.
Kodak ain't, you said.
ESTG, he could probably be off the list.
I like EST, like, but it's just like
For me, the person also, I mean, I would probably take J Herbo off. I'm just
Yeah.
not the
Herbo.
Yeah.
But you can't deny his qualifications, man. He sell
Yeah.
out every time he tours. He's just like not for us. Somebody said,
Sweatshirt.
yeah, have a sweatshirt. Ain't no way. NBA number 6. Baby Keem over Ben Staples. True, I agree.
Yeah.
It's a little early. Uzi to be number 4 is. I mean, Savage to be number 3 is kind of high.
I mean, if it would have been mine, I think Uzi would be 2 in my personal book, and then Dirk.
We all agree Lil Baby's number 1, hottest rapper
Yeah.
in 20.
For the
hottest,
20.
hottest young.
I agree with 1, 2, and 3.
I get it,
And 4.
but personally, like
And
you
then
said,
switch 5 and 6.
I would put
NBA Youngboy over Jack Harlow.
I'll put Baby, Young
And then
Boy,
after that, they just lost me.
Dirk, Uzi. No, I would put Baby, Uzi, Young Boy, Dirk.
Yeah, Youngboy needs to be at least in the top
Top 5, yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, put him in the top 5. I seen recently NBA
Exactly.
Yeah.
NBA
Switch 5.
has to be right. I don't even listen to Young Boy, but like
But you know his numbers.
has to.
Yeah.
But recently,
They put Jack Harlow in there just piss people off. But let's put him top 5.
Jack Harlow gets busy
I
though.
was like,
No, he's arguably top
Top
5,
10,
but
our top 10.
and he has a good brand
He's
around his name.
consistent.
Yeah.
You see you see where it's
Yeah.
going. For him to only be 23,
I mean, he got bars.
Cause low key, I
he
think
can freestyle.
I think if he wanted to stop rapping, he'd probably find another career doing something else. Cause he's pretty funny. He has like, you know what I mean? Like,
He's like a relatable person.
Mm-hmm.
He has a great personality. I agree. There's been a lot of news lately because NBA YoungBoy, I guess he took all of his music off of YouTube.
Oh, because they weren't highlighting him, right?
That and he was saying he was getting tired of not getting paid his due. Like he had I guess he was on Clubhouse for like 3 hours, talked about a few things, because he's out of jail now. He's like living in Utah.
I'm fucking Utah.
Exactly. Angela Lee, you could break it down a little bit.
Boy was on Clubhouse with academics, and he talked about a multitude of things. They were on for over 3 hours, by the way. So, he wiped all his videos off of YouTube, and here's what he had to say about YouTube.
I think one day you learn the business you learn, like how badly you been taking advantage of. It's like YouTube, I ain't never got paid
selling
for YouTube a day in my life. Make all the money off my YouTube and then give me a small percentage out of my shit.
That's facts. But where does he put his videos now, though?
There's other places I guess you could put it, but yeah, he
It's on
cleared out
website.
his YouTube channel.
It makes sense because YouTube gives you pennies on the dollar, and it's your content. All they doing is providing a service. So the fact that people are coming to YouTube to watch your videos and you're not getting paid at least a lot more, that makes sense. Especially if there's another place where people can see your videos, that does make sense.
All right, in addition to that, he talked about being nominated for
I don't want to say no, I don't want to say yeah. I don't know, my grandma like it. Hey, to be honest, I really don't know how big or how small, I don't know what it means to even get one.
Well, I will say there's more of us. When I mean more of us from the culture on those Grammy boards. So he has a hell of a chance.
All right, in addition, he talked about Young Dolph and Virgil passing away. He's been living at a mentor's home in Utah after a judge granted him a very strict house arrest. He talked about staying away from marijuana. He's been using vapes in order to help curb that appetite. And, he does have his joint project with Birdman coming out from the Bayou, so that should be coming out.
Okay.
Yeah. I also seen him say he was like, if I could start all over, he said, honestly, I would just probably marry Doja Cat. So if there was this one girl I could choose, it would just be Doja Cat. I was like, that's so random.
Was he messing with her?
I don't know. That's what I was like, what makes you think?
Like if you could start over,
What makes you think Doja Cat would just want to fuck with you? But that made me wonder, if you could just have one industry chick to
Those guys bad. I didn't say that.
that's not a bad. She has to be in your top 5 dynasty picks. If this was fantasy football,
Doja Cat, she's popping.
if it was fantasy football,
and she
she would
seemed
have
like
to be
she'd
in
be
that
a
top
fun
5
time to be
ranking.
around. I ain't even gonna lie, she seemed pretty funny.
Doja Cat. Who else?
Rihanna has to be up
Rihanna.
there. Has to.
Rihanna for sure.
She smoked weed with you.
I would say Sweetie, but nah.
Sweetie seemed like a good time. She just seemed annoying.
Yeah.
Sweetie would be in the top 10. She's like
too
a.
much of some girls I know already.
That's what I'm saying. Sweetie's like she's like an Ezekiel Elliott. You know what I'm saying? She's consistent.
Oh, you talking fantasy football? I'm like, wait.
He's comparing it. Come on,
Exactly. If it was a draft, we talking about.
Okay.
It was like she gonna
Like,
get
she
you.
a good go-to.
Exactly. She's gonna be a top 10er. She's a number 1. She's a workhorse. I think
Alright, I'm going Megan Stallion since you brought that up.
Meg. I think
She's
Meg's
a great
in there.
workhorse.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas don't like tall. Everybody
It's like,
can't.
I ain't fucking with Meg.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody
That's some
can't.
insecurity.
Everybody can't handle that.
Not even that. She just rough, bro. I don't.
Everybody can't handle
Rough girl.
that. She need a 6-foot nigga.
I don't know if I'd wife her.
Oh, she don't need
But-
a 6 foot nigga. She was messing with her.
Exactly. But you see how that turned out. He shot her.
It's because he was
Because he
scared,
couldn't
bro.
Any love for Kylie, billionaire Kylie,
I gotta stay away from
all of Jenners.
Nah,
No,
the Jenners
only
are
one
cool.
Kendall would be the one.
Somebody will get it. That's like the Travis Kelsey.
I'll take the Jenners.
She's a good bang for your
Kardashians,
buck.
Yeah.
Somebody, you see Pete in there. She's single quick. Pete was like, cha-ching.
That's so crazy.
But low key, people be pulling these women, and who knows how.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
She's
It's because he's funny. He's tall and funny. That's all you need.
that's all you need, bro.
Tall and funny. You just missing the funny.
New all we in now. That's where y'all's fucking. What about Chloe Bailey? Does she make the top 10
I would
list?
throw her in there.
Just off potential, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think she's here now. Like, I think it's not even
But
based
almost
on.
that's like a Jonathan Taylor. Like you see, she's young, she's popping.
Who was
Is
it? Chloe Bailey.
you know Chloe?
Bro,
Maybe.
go to her last post. I'm telling you, she's in
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah, she's in there.
I gotta get back on Insta. Oh damn.
She's definitely in the top 5, bro.
Top 5?
She is.
Chloe Bailey. How come I don't know this name?
She's right there. If not, she's on the cusp. Unless you give me someone else that's above on the top 5.
That's I can't.
Yeah.
I'm going Rihanna #1. I think Rihanna has.
Rihanna's definitely
She's Derrick
number one.
Henry.
Rihanna's definitely.
She gets you every year. She's popping. Like I haven't seen a one band picture of Rihanna. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But she's pregnant, so she out like that.
She's on IR. Cardi? Does Cardi make the top
I'm gonna
10?
say, is that Chloe Bailey?
Is that who?
Right there. Wait, what'd you say?
Does Cardi make the top 10?
Cardi B? No, her
Nah.
sister. Who was that?
Her sister.
Exactly.
Yeah, her sister's crazy. Who am I looking
Okay,
about?
So you guys are all distracted.
But I was like, she need to marry him. This would go ahead and be all over.
All over.
Chloe Bailey. Oh, the twin. Oh, the fake twin.
Yeah, you said
Yeah, she in the top 5, bro.
definitely like that. Like that quick. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the top 5. Like I said, she definitely got that growth potential. Like you see where it's going. You got to get in early.
Yeah, she grew up quick. I still remember when she was on Tyler Perry as a little kid. I think she was like an orphan.
Alright, shoot. What should we talk about next? Speaking of Sweetie, it looks like that's the thing. She's like, Sweetie, she like, she a Bay Area chick to the fullest. I don't even care too much to talk about this, but it looks like Sweetie and Lil Baby are living their best life, as DJ Academic says. These pictures started circulating. Quavius from Migos gang got wind of it, and didn't seem like he was too upset about it. Didn't seem like he cared too much. I think he's over Sweetie. What do you guys think? He said if they want to, they could swap it out, whatever that means. I think he's implying they can switch women.
And Lil Baby's a girl like it.
Jada.
Yeah, I
That's
be
what I
wondering
heard.
though, because like when you're famous, it's like you kind of run into all the same people. Like the world seems kind of small when you like that. You know what I'm saying?
And just
So-
because they're signed to the same level doesn't
Yeah.
mean they're friends.
Exactly,
Like,
that too.
I don't know. Actually, they used to have beef, is what the rumor
That's what I
was.
thought too. Yeah.
So-
Wait on him specifically, right?
Well, yeah, and Offset, but I don't really know like the specifics of me. But that never even was confirmed. But they like don't really be hanging out with each other, so it's kind of confirmed.
Which is different because most.
Label mates and
Yeah.
QC, like they always be around Q and P. But yeah, just because they're label mates doesn't mean they're friends. So it looks like Sweetie and Lil Baby are living it up. Lil Baby has been denying and saying he's not dating anybody. He swears he's single. Of course, Sweetie's not gonna say nothing. I seen Damson was messing with Sweetie a couple weeks ago. It looks like Sweetie's just living her best life, and I'm not mad at it. She got Franklin saying with Lil Baby. I seen James Harden took her shopping.
I saw that. Sent her some money.
Damn, she-
Like a $100K type
Mhm.
shopping deal.
Oh yeah, they all dipping in the same pool. Then.
Yeah, and you know Lil Baby and James Harden is tight. Like
I
you
feel like
said,
Sweetie just living her best life.
she on that Megan Thee Stallion tour.
You know, she's single. Exactly.
Remember,
Maybe that's
she
true.
popped
Oh,
up with
random
G. She
dude.
popped up with G-Eazy.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
G-Eazy risked it all too.
Once she did that, I'm like, okay, she just really lived her best life.
Bro, she was like Tory Lanez, bro.
Yeah.
Tory's like, nah, you ain't about to just skip over me, hold on.
Yeah, he said, I love you. He still be making songs about her. NBC News posts, the wife of Mexican drug kingpin El Chapo Guzman was sentenced to 3 years in prison after pleading guilty to helping her husband run his multi-billion-dollar trafficking operation.
What?
I seen a couple of months ago,
She took a plea deal.
she was in the headline because she wasn't speaking, she wasn't talking, she was holding it down. and it looks like
That's misleading.
yeah, it looks like the jury finally came out on her sentencing and her trial, and she was sentenced to 3 years in prison. So she'll probably do like a year and 8 months, so a year and a half.
I'm sure she took a plea deal. Cause they're like, fuck it, you ain't gonna say nothing. We gotta
Probably.
put something on you. Cause
Three-
she plead, when you take a plea deal, you gotta plead guilty to something.
Yeah.
So this headline is probably just like, she pleaded guilty. She got 3 years.
Yeah, I'm sure they settled on something because 3 years isn't
They got the
nothing.
headline they wanted.
3 years isn't nothing. Like I said, she'll get out right after a year, and compared to all this, a multi-billion-dollar.
That's what I'm saying. Like 3 years. She pleaded guilty. And, okay, 3 years.
But he not only did he do that, like he murdered hella people.
Right.
So yeah, they definitely pleaded off on something. But I mean, that just proof to show if you stay down, like
Right.
you
At the end
can
of the day, she was loyal.
more wins than losses. We see Bobby Shmurda, 3-4 years, he came back home winning, eating.
Eating, bro.
Did you see Rat Boy?
That's what
Remember
they were
his
see
name?
I think
Takashi.
would you say
We don't see it.
that Bobby Shmurda was bigger once he got out than before?
He hasn't dropped music, bro.
Exactly. And he's still relevant.
Imagine once he drops anything.
I think he's more popping now in the industry among his peers. I think
For
he's more
sure.
popping now.
Like he has more respect because before he was like up and coming, like people were like, oh, he's cool, but like he just had his little
Right,
circle.
right.
But now
We
everybody,
thought he was popping.
right. Now
Now-
everybody has to give Bobby love, and he was on Deezy Samiro, just riding the train. They had like a 20-minute interview. He just seems like a cool person to be around, bro. He just seems hella fun, to be honest. Shout out to Bobby. And shout out to Shorty, wife of El Chapo. They don't even say her name, but I'm sure she'll get out in that year and be fine. Music, there's no real music dropped over the Thanksgiving holiday, guys. Anything dropped or anything on you guys' radar?
Currency.
Yeah, I was like, I saw currency.
Got a little 4-pack or 5-pack, something.
I did not see that. How was it?
It's currency. It sounded like,
Yeah.
I was like, is this new or old?
No, all it sounds.
Because it was like some old
the same.
beats.
Or you sounding alike. I don't say the
Exactly.
same, but he has his vibe.
I mean, yeah, it's currency.
Did you guys have a chance to
I
listen to it?
respect him because of that. You know what you're gonna get every time. He's not gonna surprise you. Like,
No, because you know how some people be like, man, I missed the old Kanye. I missed the old Jay-Z. It's like, I never heard somebody say I missed the old Currency. Because he's still the same thing. I missed the old Wiz. Like, I ain't never heard nobody say they missed the old Currency.
Rocky.
Yeah, for real. Niggas get money and do a little change up. Did you have a chance to listen to John Batiste at all?
I did.
Any thoughts?
who's that?
The dude who
It's
was nominated for the most Grammys.
Oh yeah.
very soulful, is what I would say.
I've seen a few music videos. I seen he has like a tiny desk and stuff like that. He seems solid.
I think I maybe would like him better live because it was just like it was cool. It wasn't anything special, but I think for me, I love Tiny Desk or all of them that play live music where they're doing that.
That sounds a lot better live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to listen to his album. We Are. Like I said, he was nominated for like 11 Grammys or something.
That's crazy.
Overwhelmingly. he was number
Even
one.
still, this isn't to downplay him. I think he's very talented. But even still listening, I was kind of like, man, that's kind of crazy that he's really got that many nominations.
That's something like, I don't know, the Grammys be having like incentives and motives, I feel like sometimes. I seen Rick Ross has been putting up billboards for his upcoming album. So it looks like he's gearing towards that. I seen Conway, The Machine, his album's getting ready to drop. I don't know if it's gonna drop this year or not, but he has some big features on there. I think he has a song with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. And he said he was working with a few people. So I know that's gonna be dope. Brent Fires is supposed to be dropping this week in December 3rd. So I feel like a lot of people are just trying to get their last little bit in before the year end, before they get out of there.
I'm excited for all those that you just named, to be quite honest.
And I don't know anybody else who's dropping music.
This dude, I never heard of him, Nick Grant. I listened to him on the way here. He's
Did he
pretty
just
cool.
drop his album?
Yeah, he dropped over the weekend. It's called Carolina Diaries. It's the EP.
I heard of Nick Grant.
It's only
before.
4 songs.
My mom, actually, I think my mom sent me him. Like, he be on XM radio,
Bro.
pretty heavy.
It's a little quick, nice little listen. It's only 4 songs.
Yeah, R&B or
Not rap.
rap.
Like bars.
Like, do you know
Like
his content?
conscious bars.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Beats are dope. I think he's signed to Kids Make Money, 21 GRMS. Sounds independent.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm about to download it now. I was trying to look up my, where they had the new releases. Did you have a? I'm gonna send this to you. Were you able to see like what your most listened to songs of the year were?
This year? Already? No.
Yeah. Did you, Uriah? I think you
Look
posted
at
yours in the group chat. If I'm
for
not
real?
mistaken.
I did, but I mean, I didn't
That's
look at
just
mine.
weird. Is it Apple?
Mm-hmm.
How you go to it?
Do you still have Apple Music?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm about to send it to you. It's quick.
Oh yeah, I remember you sent me that shit last year.
That should be interesting. Drake was my number one. But it makes sense, he did just drop an album, so I was like, I get it, but I definitely thought I listened to Donda a lot more than the Certified Lover Boy. The CLB just had a few of them independent cuts, like, yo, I gotta run this. Let me see. I think
I had a whole lot of J. Cole on my top.
he dropped the album, so if it makes sense.
A whole lot of J. Cole. Baby Keem, Family Ties was number 2.
You did, you were loving that song.
Lay With You. That's not even my favorite Isaiah Rashad.
What is
song.
it? Law Lay With You?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
But that was the first one that
That was
came
hot
out.
for me
Yeah.
too. Big
Um,
Wheels got this mother.
From the Garden, R.I.P. Young.
Wait, so this is just our top songs?
Well, it's top songs and your like most played artists and stuff like that.
Dang.
How much music you listen to? What was your top artist?
Lil Durk.
My Young Thug. That don't surprise me. Young Thug's always my go-to.
My second was Lil Wayne.
But J. Cole was right there. Kanye, Freddie. Freddie always in the rotation.
Drake, Lil
Isaiah.
Baby, Key Glock.
I even got Madlib on there because I listened to that album so much.
Yeah, the Freddie and Madlib.
Yeah.
That was Kev. He had the Hitmaker. I'm like, you listen to way too much Eric Bellinger to have Eric Bellinger and the Hitmaker in your top 5, bro.
Tyler's in mine. Drake was on the bottom of my list. Boss is up there. Meek.
Yeah, Drake is my number 1. Summer Walker, every year apparently.
Nah, the one when you said, like I said, Pierre Bourne had me shocked.
Pierre was number 3.
I was like, dang, he was that high.
Like, I love this move. It's not just lip service. Trey Songz, number 4. He dropped his album late 2020, so it makes sense it carried over. Her was my number 5. She dropped her album. But her and J. Cole were tied with 22 hours. And then Young Thug and Kanye were right there, and Isaiah Rashad. So, and Joyce Rice. She dropped her album earlier in the year. What was her album called? Fucking Overgrown. Joyce Rice, Overgrown. She's definitely gonna be in my yearly wrap up. One of the top albums. One of the top R&B albums for sure, but one of the top overall albums. She had Kate Renata on there. She had Freddie on there. And this is like one of her first mainstream things, so not too surprised to see that. Jasmine Sullivan dropped earlier this year. Had a lot of her songs on my list. A lot of J. Cole, a lot of Tyler. It was a good year for music. It was a great year for music, all around.
How many hours did you listen?
829. What about you?
500.
I don't know. I have to look. I told you in there. Mine was low this year.
Yeah, yours were low. And the thing is, I listen to like a lot of music on like YouTube too, so I'll be all over.
But also, I think too, because of this show, I've been listening to other stuff that probably didn't show up on my top, just because I'm
Like
trying-
new stuff.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that also plays into it.
It was one of the better
I had
years.
241 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been the best year for music in the past like 3 years, I would say. Since like 16, 17. I think 2021 has been, we were just missing Rihanna and Kendrick. And a whole album, of course. But we got some whole verses, so I wasn't too upset. Any updates on movies, shows you guys want to shout out before we go? I know there's a big boxing match that's coming up this weekend. Tank Davis is supposed to be fighting.
Was he fighting?
I'm about to pull up his face off because it was hilarious. he's a Mexican dude and he doesn't really speak English.
Oh shit.
But it was so funny, bro. But we always talk about like the fake fights, so it's dope to see some real stuff. And Tank's a true young legend, so I'm gonna definitely support Tank Davis this weekend. It says he's fighting Rolando Romero. What's this?
Get the fighters together to pose.
You trash.
Hella. They're talking stuff to each other for a minute.
And make sure to subscribe.
What the fuck is that?
You ain't trying to get his videos ain't down here, but no audio.
Scared he can't even talk when he come up here. They don't know. They ain't talk about no skills or nothing. They talk about how he punch. I ain't trying to hit none of that. We ain't trying to hit none of that. We from the city. You know what's happening, what's in the city.
Where's this food? Because he was trying to talk stuff and he was so mad, bro.
Just like broken kind of.
Yeah, it just sucked. I'm gonna definitely tune in though. And you see that Mayweather Promotions, so Floyd definitely getting a piece of that. But what else? I watched the Hawkeye this morning. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I only watched the first 2 episodes. But it definitely is good. I like where they're going with it.
Yeah, the first one, he didn't even sling the arrow yet.
Nah.
So the 3rd episode, he finally got into the arrow.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, this is the Hawkeye, I know. So it was dope. And then we got to see some of Kate Bishop's skills. So I was messing with it.
I just like it. Marvel's just so good at building like stories, though.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like even with the ones like you said, there wasn't really a whole lot of action, but it still had my engagement.
I was gonna say, even the storylines, their plots is always good.
Yeah, even like Eternal.
I still haven't seen it.
It's very mid, man. Again, I'm not saying it's
bad.
It's bad. I'm
There's
just
gonna
saying.
be a number 2.
Well, I think so, and hopefully the second one's better. But this one's. I mean, just like even with Iron Man, like Iron Man, the first one's not the best one.
It's funny. I just rewatched Iron Man, the first one last night, and that shit was.
I'm not saying it's not fire. I'm
Like
just
I
saying
appreciate that shit.
the second
again,
one's
I was
better
like,
though.
Damn.
I like the 3rd one.
I'm on the second one right now.
People hate on the 3rd one, but I have like a connection with the 3rd one because I seen it at the movies.
Yeah.
I remember like the moment, and I was like, oh, this was pretty good. But the second one's definitely the best Iron Man.
For sure.
But Iron Man was in every other movie, so like Iron Man was Captain America, like Civil War was Iron Man's movie, basically.
Iron Man.
But in regards to Eternals, though, you're like everyone that I've heard, even reviews, they all say that Eternals is
It's trash.
I mean, pretty mid in my opinion.
I'm gonna watch that shit.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it again. Don't get me wrong, just to make sure I wasn't.
Hopefully it comes out before the end of the new year on Apple or on Disney.
Like give it to us around Christmas time.
Exactly.
You know,
Speaking of Apple though, that Will Ferrell show,
it's pretty good,
that
huh?
Shrink Next Door,
Yeah,
pretty good. That shit's fire.
Who would ever thought that?
Will
Because it's different.
Ferrell and Paul Rudd.
It's not like it's like
Bro, that shit's good. I'm loving.
it's not their typical role. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
Yeah, like because it's kind of funny, but like in
Just
its own
because
weird,
it's-
dry humor
it's
way.
quirky, yeah. It's just them, like.
Yeah.
But it's based off a true story too, and I love a good based off a true story. And I see how it's getting into it, and it's basically this guy who like has crazy anxiety, and he meets this therapist who kind of. I was talking to Kev about it, and he manipulates him and start taking advantage of him, but like he actually starts to help him out too. So it's like it kind of hurts because it's like actually making Will Ferrell a better person.
Mm-hmm.
And you see like he's growing confidence. And are you all the way caught up?
No.
And he like actually starting to talk to girls and stuff. So like
Yeah.
it's dope to see. And Apple just does it right. I like this show.
Because I've been on Invasion. That's been my.
I've been trying to get to Invasion, but I keep going back to Shrink Next Door. I think I just watched the first episode of Invasion, and that's that's it. But Trash Squares got Invasion 2.
Yeah.
And I watched the first episode of Arcane. Like, I've been trying to get all the way around, but it's
That
so
actually,
much.
if there's anyone you should start with, Arcane, I'd probably say start with first.
But I'm trying to watch Disney and Hawkeye too, and then I got the Ghost and Power that I'm trying to watch and talk about with everybody before they spoil it. Because you know you gotta watch the Black shows before Black Twitter spoils it. They spoil everything on Black Twitter. And then Insecure.
I was like, unless you just
Don't
don't
spoil
look.
that shit live.
Exactly. I'll be up on Insecure. Insecure is still good. They're already on like episode 6, which is wild.
Time's just flying. Like you
Man.
said, it's December 1st. What the fuck?
And then we're still watching like football and basketball at the same time.
Exactly.
Watching my
It's just
Lakers
too much.
struggle.
Don't even get me started, bro.
Now LeBron has COVID. Great.
If anyone feels your pain, I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain. The Nuggets are hurt, and we got Bones and Austin Rivers on health and safety
Oh,
protocol.
I didn't even know that. As soon as Bones kills,
Yeah, bro. So it's just it's not our
Slim
season.
Pickens. How y'all looking tonight?
We lost.
Fair enough.
I didn't want to bring it up. I thought you bring it up.
Fair enough.
We lost.
All right. Well, what else you guys got before we get into the recap show? Next week, not today, of course.
Did we show everything?
Actually, hold up. Wait. I know we kind of touched base on it last week a little bit, but did you guys end up partaking at all on like any Black Friday or Cyber Monday sort of shopping online? Clearly online. I think we all decided, but
Yeah. Not really. I got a Chromecast.
Okay.
You
Supposed to
get a
brought that
sound
up,
bar,
yeah.
but
Damn fall through.
yeah, not yet. I don't know what happened.
No.
I stuck to my plan. I bought Bitcoin. That shit jumped to 53.
Hell it did. No, I
They
definitely
just started boosting.
Same.
All of them started boosting.
I did that. I did get like a few like gifts that I was able to.
Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas shopping.
And I got my mom's gift already, so I'm pretty good. And now she's talking about she want stocking stuffers. I'm like, you got a blast. We don't even believe in Santa Claus. Talking about stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
Definitely got our stockings up.
Did you put the tree up?
Put the tree up.
Same.
I used to be one of my favorite things was putting the tree up. When
I
I
Put
hated
the lights
it.
up. I was on the roof, cleaned the gutters, put the lights up.
For real, you hated it?
Because
Maybe because you were the oldest.
Make me do it all. And our tree was crazy, bro. We had a 6-foot tree, and it was a fake tree. So we had to get it out every year. We had to like line it up, and then like put it up, put it in, spread it, put it in, spread it, make sure it looks good. My
Sound
mom's
like my tree.
a perfectionist, so she no, there's a spot over there next, and then that's only putting the tree up. Then you got the ornaments. It was just so much, bro. It was so much.
Damn. See, well, we always would get like a real tree.
See, that sounded
Yeah.
a lot easier. And then we have to take it down. It was, and we had this big old
That shit
box. Our crap was heavy.
Is that what you do, a real tree too?
Nah.
Nah, you do that one?
Oh, at my grandma's house, she'd stay in the mountains, so we literally just
Go out there, chop the tree down. That shit's dope.
Big ass tree. Bro.
You'd have to. I remember you'd have to water it too to keep that shit living.
Inside.
Yeah, you'd buy like it's like a little bowl and like you water it and it sits in it and then I just remember it was like I don't know, just remember family being together and we all doing something, I guess.
Smelling like pine.
It definitely smelled like pine. That's definitely a memory too. Is just the smell of the
Never
tree.
had that. We were resourceful. Cause then what did you do
Nah,
after?
yeah, we're just fucking cutting
after
down.
the tree. You just throw it. You just put it in a dumpster, or
Yeah, you got rid of that
You
shit.
just gotta chop it up, or well, you live in the country, so you just probably throw it back out country, or use it
Yeah,
for
no, we just
firewood.
throw that shit right back where we got it from. No, yeah, we'll. I mean, it gotta dry out, so we'll put it
Yeah.
to where we could get to it later and chop that shit up.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Burn it. But yeah, it was just in nature. But definitely living in the city, my mom, we had that same tree you talking about. We had that. It was like color coordinated.
Oh,
You gotta put
color.
The bee with the
Oh, and then you don't be
seeds.
missing the branch,
Bro, you can't have no gap in it.
bro. It was. Yeah, I'm so glad I don't live with my mom anymore.
Definitely just put that.
And then I'm excited for our upgrades.
Bro, also going back to the tree though. I was the oldest, and it was just me and my little brother. So he used to do nothing. It used to be all me.
See, I feel like it was opposite. But I was young. I was like,
So that's why you.
I was the young and curious one. Like, oh yeah, I'll help out. You know what I mean?
Ask your brother how he felt about having to organize, mom yelling at you. I said no gaps. Then you got to put the angel all the way on top. It was
And you were
wild.
tall, huh?
But afterwards, it looked nice though.
No, for sure.
It definitely.
I think what I liked about it too is like I liked the vibe of like how the house felt. Like you'd have that on at night. You'd be watching TV.
you
with
got the handmade ornaments and stuff.
Oh yeah, all the stuff you made when you were a kid and stuff.
That was
Yeah.
always a vibe.
But oh yeah, what I was saying too is also I'm excited for our upgrades that we purchased.
Season 2 is gonna be wild.
Hell, it's gonna be lit. I think it's gonna sound better for the viewers and the audience and
Definitely.
people
Thanks for
watching our
sticking
content.
with us. Thanks for the journey.
That's
It's been a hell of a ride, but I know I enjoyed it for sure. So definitely just keep going up and keep improving.
It's crazy. It's really we've been doing this for a full 11 months.
Yeah, full year. Fuck 11 months.
44 weeks.
I like to round up. I'm saying a year.
Full year.
It's been a year.
For real, we started December last year.
Did we? I thought my first one was like January 4th or something was the first time we recorded.
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Maybe. I thought it was December, but I could be wrong.
Maybe we didn't. I could be wrong too. But either way, that's a year. That's just crazy. Time flew. Time's flying.
Last month, we gotta embrace it. We gotta. For sure. Well, I don't have nothing else. Y'all need to learn y'all's love languages, and we'll report back.
Yeah, be careful in the stock market.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
25 Days of Christmas starts now.
I do fuck with the 25 Days of Christmas. I like the Christmas movies too. I like a good,
Definitely.
who was the reindeer? Rudolph. I
Oh,
like a good
Rudolph,
Rudolph
yeah.
story.
What's a Christmas movie that you watch every
Bro, I
year?
say it all the time. Y'all
The
know what
Grinch.
mine is.
Home Alone.
The Grinch.
Oh, Grinch.
I love the Grinch.
Yeah, same.
Jim
Grinch.
Carrey.
Yeah, he killed that.
He kills it, bro. It's hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie too. I like Santa Claus with what's it?
Tim Allen?
Tim Allen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Santa
The
Claus.
first one.
1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Just the first one.
Yeah, even the first one's like cool, but like 2, 3, 4, come on, man.
Yeah, that's when it was too much.
They released the list. I forgot who it was, but it was like the top 10 Christmas movies of all time.
Oh, I like Elf too with Will Ferrell.
Elf is good. A Christmas Story.
Christmas
You guys ever
Story,
watch
yeah, I
that?
watched
He
that
got
one.
his tongue stuck to the
Yeah,
pole.
yeah.
Or when his mom put on all the coke, he's like, Mom,
Home Alone's our
I
considered
can't
Christmas
even put
movie.
my hands down.
Home Alone is considered. a
Home
Christmas
Alone was
movie.
up there in the top. They put, but that was the thing. They fucked up big time. They put, I don't know if this is it, but they put Home Alone like 1, 2. No, they put like Home Alone 1, 3, and then 2. Home Alone 3? Nobody's even seen that.
Nah. I can tell you one that's a sleeper.
That was the one with the new boy.
Ah.
Come on, nobody's watching
I'll
that.
tell you one that's a sleeper.
I think it was Vulture. Who?
Well, there's two that come to mind.
Not Die Hard. Was that the?
No.
Or Mission Impossible?
No, I was gonna say 8 Crazy Nights, the anime from.
Adam Sandler. Yeah, that was my movie.
Yeah, that's.
No, this
Bad Santa's low key
Bad
hilarious.
Santa's
Yeah.
good with Billy Bob.
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton.
Short dude, the midget
yeah.
dude, the dwarf. I
Oh, you canceled.
don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't think.
A Wonderful Life.
Tangerine. Yeah, I don't know if this is the one I actually seen. It was
What are these?
Exactly. It was on Twitter. Bad Santa, Die Hard. Yeah, that was, they always. I never even seen Die Hard, but they always. Does Die Hard count as a Christmas movie? I'm like, get out of my face with that. Freaking white folks. But yeah, Christmas Story is that one's like the low keyer. What's one? Did you say one? What's one you gotta watch every year?
I watch Home Alone every year.
Home Alone is good.
And then Christmas Story, I always find myself watching that. You guys watch
Because they do a 24-hour.
Yeah, it's like always on TV.
Always, bro.
They
Like
do a
the whole day.
24-hour freaking
Bro,
repeat.
one year I caught myself watching it all day.
You just watch it like 10
Bro,
times.
over and over, I was like, why do I keep watching this?
It's funny though. It's like he's like, I'm gonna wash your mouth out with soap.
Bro, it's
Say
like
it
one of the
again.
first movies I watched that had so much cussing in it. And I was a little kid, I was watching it at my grandma's house by myself, and I was just.
It was
That's
good.
probably why I watched it all day. I was like, this. I never watched nothing like this.
Because you can't get a BB gun, you're gonna shoot your darn eye out. My mom made me watch that.
But I was on Twitter trying to look at trending topics and I almost forgot that fucking Jack Dorsey.
Oh yeah, Jack Dorsey steps down as CEO.
That's so crazy, bro.
I wonder
Out
why.
of nowhere. He literally tweeted, I love Twitter. Next day, I'm leaving Twitter. Cause I wonder if you guys, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but I resigned from Twitter.
Like, of course we didn't hear it. Fool, you didn't say nothing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure he has like an ulterior motive or something.
I mean, yeah, like you said earlier, he got Square. He got other endeavors.
So he's like just planning something weird.
You think that's gonna hurt Twitter?
Nah, Twitter's already a machine.
Yeah, I don't think he was helping Twitter.
Exactly, because then Elon Musk stepped down as Tesla CEO. Like people just, I think when you're the CEO, that requires you to like go to meetings and like you have to do a lot to be that. So he's just like, I can't. I'm gonna do something else. Like Elon.
Still
like,
owns, but yeah.
Exactly. I created
You're
it.
an owner, yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
When you think of Twitter, you still think of Jack Dorsey.
got no
Yeah.
shares.
I'm just not gonna be.
He probably have to sell some shares too, watch.
Probably.
That's why I said tread lightly in the stock market, because these CEOs is going crazy. And the Fed just had a meeting like yesterday when they announcing all this stuff, like they might raise interest rates next year, all this stuff next year. So all these people with big money, they're like, oh shoot, let me go ahead and cash
Get my
out,
money
pay
now.
this taxes now, lock in this tax rate before they go crazy. Because we got
Makes
Biden
sense.
for 3 more years at least.
At least.
It doesn't sound like they slowing down anytime soon.
Well, with Democrats, that's the thing versus Republicans. Republicans all about
Keeping the
tax
money.
cuts for the wealthy, whereas Democrats are
Well, they
more
believe
Like,
it's
give me
the-
that money so we can give it to the
to
people.
the
Exactly. Like, ideally, that's what's supposed to happen.
ideal.
But it's more so like give us your money so we can act.
I
like
think
we
it
give
was like
them money,
Reagan. It
but
was like
So we
the
can tax
trigger.
and do other stuff that we say we're gonna do.
Was it or trickle down economics or something they call
Yeah,
it like that?
something like
That's what
that.
it's supposed to do. It's supposed to you give them more money and they'll trickle down to everyone underneath them.
Basically, because they make the most money, they should be taxed the most,
Yeah.
and then it's trickle down from there. Sorry.
I'm not even.
that's all I.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean to cut y'all off. I wanted to make it like
Exactly.
smooth and just like start playing in the background while you guys are still talking.
Damn, we ruined
But
it.
I thought it was freezing. But yeah, thanks for watching. It's been another great episode of Everything Under the Sky, episode 44. Like that. We out.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I don't know what I know, but murder she wrote. I like that. Murder she wrote. I like that. Murder she wrote. When I saw you, I remember. Back and give me some time to process. I need a little more time with you as an option. Give me some time to process. I need a little more time.